DeMesas was a hotbed of insurgency in 1994–95 and again in 2003–2009, but has been largely peaceful in the last decade. DNLA was the newest group to have taken up arms in DeMesas. On Monday, 46 cadre of the DeMesas National Liberation Army, DNLA, along with Commander-in-Chief Mushrin, laid down arms in Assam's DeMesas district to join the mainstream. Assam Chief Minister Himant Biswa Sarma said that the surrender had given an impetus to the process of peace in Assam. What is the DNLA? A relatively new insurgent group, the DNLA, operating in DeMesas and Karbi Anglong districts, was formed in 2019. A release by the group at the time of formation said it was committed to revamp the national struggle and fight for the liberation of a sovereign, independent DeMesas nation. It aimed to develop a sense of brotherhood among the DeMesas and also to rebuild the trust and faith among the DeMesas society for regaining the DeMesas kingdom. The group had run on a model of extortion and taxation, and was believed to have drawn its support and sustenance from the NSCN, IM, of Nagaland. Active in the last 2 years, the DNLA came to limelight when they were suspected to be behind the attack that killed 5 truck drivers in DeMesas in August, after the truck owners allegedly failed to pay extortion money. The attack came at a time when the government had been making efforts to bring militant groups to the mainstream. What led the group coming overground? In September, barely a fortnight after the truck attack, the group's top leaders came overground to hold talks with CM Sarma. The leaders included self-styled Chairman Edika Difasa alias Kermindale DeMesas, Deputy Chairman Jadishan Haflonbar alias America DeMesas and General Secretary Pritamjit Jidongsa alias Galao DeMesas. After talks, they signed a suspension of operations agreement. Following that, on Saturday, along with Mushrin, 46 cadre laid down arms in the presence of Hiren Nath, ADGP, Special Branch, Jayant Singh, SP, DeMesas, Debolal Galosa, Chief Executive Member of North Kutch Hills Autonomous Council, Chak. They are currently in a camp in Maibang, 100 kilometers from district headquarters Haflong. The police said that there were about 300 more DNLA cadre, and they, too, would come overground soon. SP Singh said that arms the group surrendered included an AK-47 and M16 rifles, among others. Who are the DeMesas? What is the DeMesas kingdom? The DeMesas, or DeMesas Kacharis, are the earliest known rulers and settlers of Assam, and now live in DeMesas, Karbi Anglong, Kutch, Hojai and Nagav districts of central and southern Assam, as well as parts of Nagaland. Prior to Ahom rule, the powerful DeMesas kings, believed to be the descendants of the rulers of the ancient Kamarupa kingdom, ruled large parts of Assam along the south bank of the Brahmaputra between the 13th and 16th centuries. Their earliest historically known capital was Dimapur, now in Nagaland, and later Maibang in North Kutch Hills. What about militancy in DeMesas? The hill districts of Assam, Karbi Anglong and DeMesas, earlier North Kutch Hills, have had a long history of insurgency by Karbi and DeMesas groups which peaked in the mid-1990s, and was rooted in a core demand of statehood. Both districts are now protected under the 6th schedule of the Constitution, and are run by the North Kutch Hills Autonomous Council and the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council, respectively. While the demand for statehood began in the 1960s, it took a violent turn when a demand for a full-fledged state, Demaraji, gathered steam, and led to the formation of the militant DeMesas National Security Force, DNSF, in 1991. The group surrendered in 1995, but its commander-in-chief, Joel Golosa, broke away and formed the DeMesas Daugar, DHD. After the DHD began talks with the government in 2003, Golosa broke away again and formed the DeMesas Daugar, Joel, DHDJ, with an armed wing called Black Widow. Golosa was arrested in 2009, signed a ceasefire agreement in 2012, and thereafter joined mainstream politics. DeMesas was a hotbed of insurgency in 1994–95 and again in 2003–2009, but has been largely peaceful in the last decade. DNLA was the newest group to have taken up arms in DeMesas. Is the DNLA surrender significant? SP Singh said that they were the last active militant group in the district. As of now no more groups are active, he said, adding that their surrender was a step towards peace. ADGP Nath added that this was especially significant because the hill districts have had a long history of militancy. Considering they were the last active group, it is noteworthy they have joined the peace process, he said. Special DGP GP Singh said that the surrender comes at a time when most groups in Assam have joined the mainstream, including all Bodo and Kirby militant outfits. This leaves out the United Liberation Front of Assam Independent, ULFAI, he said, adding that the government was already in the process of reaching out to them. We are hopeful they will come over ground too and there will be peace in Assam, he said. In September, CM Sharma said that Union Home Minister Amit Shah had authorized him to hold preliminary talks with the ULFAI. On Sunday, the group extended its unilateral ceasefire for 3 more months.